Yeah, I'm going to present you the Ammer Card. Many of you may have received it already. What is the card? It's not a credit card, it's a hardware wallet. So it's a self-custody hardware wallet. It's a cold wallet that comes with a handy form of a credit card. And I think everyone here knows how to use a credit card, right? Who doesn't know how to use a credit card? Raise your hands. Okay. Comes with a PIN code, right? The question is, what can you do with it? That's the most question we can ask. Of course, you can store all sorts of digital assets on it, but that's not it. Thanks to a great cooperation with the Crypto Assets Conference, we are going to airdrop a CSC token to everyone who will activate the card. Right? So CSC token is eventually a voucher and a loyalty system for the conference that we are introducing this year with some functionality this year and ongoing functionality for the next years. So the question of utility is always the question that's been asked most. What can you do with a token? And thanks to our great partners, you can get a Red Bull. Right? I know the conference can be tough, specifically in the mornings, but also during the day. So actually, at our booth, you can get the card, you get the tokens airdrop to the card, and you can go and get yourself a Red Bull. And as you may see, we have a special limited edition Ammer Red Bull, or Summer Red Bull this time. So, you know, we spoke a lot about bank failure, etc., etc. If I were a bank, what would happen? If I were a bank, and I would need to open all of your accounts, right? First, you're going to have the fee to pay the fees, account opening fees, or account fees. You'll have transaction fees, etc., etc., etc. Not only you, but also the merchant who will sell you something, right? It's not only that. Basically, I will have to select who of you I want to open an account in the first place. You may not have the right password, or you may not have an identity at all. You may not have the utility bill, or you may not have the right profile to me as a bank to open you an account in the first place, right? So, and of course, you know, I will not be able to open your account on the spot. It will take some time, etc., 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 etc. And of course, you know, something that we learned recently, you will face a possible bank failure. And I think this is remarkable to think that such huge banks as Credit Suisse and now UBS, or Silicon Valley Bank cease to exist within days, right? So, and why that? And here's the payment flow, how it works today. So if I would like to pay with a credit card on the point of sales, that's more or less what happens. So you have a lot of intermediaries. And what is weird is that you as a consumer and I as a merchant want to do a transaction. It's between us. But what happens in the traditional banking system, that it has to go through many, many, many counterparties and intermediaries for this to settle. Cash, in contrary, is very direct. I take my 10 euros, I give it to you. That's it. Deal done. You may want to store your cash somewhere or not, but the transaction happens between us. If you use a card, a credit card, a debit card, whatever, or even if you do a wire transfer, and God forsake, if you do international wire transfer, then it gets really messy. So, if you think how this can work, or how this would work better, this. If I pay with a card on the point of sales, with a Web3 debit card on the point of sales, the card is the wallet. It goes directly through the point of sales, or through the blockchain to the wallet of the merchant. And for some of the OGs among us, you can still remember what the original Satoshi's vision was or meant to be. It was a P2P electronic cash system. It was about that. It was not so much about Bitcoin, it was about P2P electronic cash system. It was about transacting directly without intermediaries. And for those of you who read this white paper quite well ago, I suggest you go and read it. I think that's the true beauty of what blockchain can offer. In the first time of the human history, actually since 1150, that's when the European banking system started, where the pilgrims had to give their funds to the Templar Knights and received something which was more or less a credit card, which they could redeem once they were in Jerusalem. We can have a different financial system. We can have a different way to transact. And of course, the system is not ideal. And of course, it's not yet there. But come on, these guys had since how much time since the 12th century? A lot. So we still have some time to figure it out, how to make it better. And again, you can have zero minimal fees. You can have instant settlement globally. You can have no chargebacks. You can have the data that you may want to have, the on-chain data, right? And the best, you can have the control. You can have the control. For the first time since 12th century, you yourself can be in charge and handle the keys, right? And of course, something that we learned recently, also you may avoid the counterparty risk. And that is what for me is all about. It's about how can we create a better financial system while avoiding or reducing the counterparty risk. This is essential. So as I promised, it's going to be a short presentation. You can scan the QR code to download the wallet, or you can pick up your card either at the booth or at the registration. Activate it, receive the token, try it out, and maybe because we're constantly building new features, you can also try it out with a nifty ticket that we're going to probably drop tomorrow. That's it. Any questions, find me, etc. I'm here. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Victor. Fantastic job. Just put a chat. Thank you. I'm sure you will head out to get your Victor card. Yeah, that's right.